Welcome to Tips with Andrew. I am Andrew Sapiano. Thank you so much for joining me on this happy Thursday. We are almost at the weekend. Yes, I hope you guys are having an awesome week so far. I hope you're rocking out whatever goals, dreams, hopes, plans, ambitions you have, and everything is working out in your favor. Quick update. Lime oil is the free product of the month until the end of the month. I love lime oil for lots of stuff. I actually have some things here about it. Some of the top properties of lime oil: it's anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, antioxidant, antibacterial. Sounds like a whole lot of goodness coming at you right there. So if you're interested in free stuff, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message. I am in the launch phase of a weight loss course for beginners that I have put together. If you or somebody you know of is interested in getting early bird access, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message, and there's tons of cool stuff that comes along with that. We'll get you rocking and rolling on that one. That's all I got for you on that front. Let's get right into it. Today is actually Earth Day, so happy Earth Day, all right? We want to do things to, bring awareness, I guess, if you will. We are always trying to put together things that help our environment to, keep us to have a home for a lot longer than we currently have it now. So that's where I wanted to come on, give some tips as to, things that we can do on a daily basis, and that will make big changes in your daily, to our Earth, our planet, things that we can do right now to make huge changes so that we have a place to live. Let's get right into it. Tip number one: reusable bottles. This one is huge. The amount of plastic in the water or in our oceans is actually disgusting. We live right near Lake Ontario, and at the best of times, it is not a very pleasant smell. And that's just from all of the garbage and the gunk, and especially plastic bottles that are in the rivers that are they go in the rivers and then they go into the lakes, which goes into the oceans. There is millions upon millions of tons. I can't even pretend to even know the exact amount of weight of plastic garbage in our lakes right at the current moment. And as far as I know, they're still digging up tons of it on a daily basis. They probably will be for a lot longer because of we've come so far as a society, but we left behind so much, right? So it's going to take a lot to, to sort of break even, I guess, if you will. But reusable bottles are cool. I have one, Tina has one. We have, it's nowadays they make them super cool in the sense that, they give you timetables for labels on your bottle. You should be, this is your time right here, and times like that, and then it gives you cool inspirational quotes on ways to keep going. But it's also super convenient because Tina and I, we buy bottles that have the amount of ounces written on the bottle right there. So I know for me, one of my bottles is like 40 ounces. That's 5 cups of water per day. That's 5 cups of water right there. So if I drink 2 of those bottles, right, that's, what did I say, 5? That's 40, that's 80 ounces of water just from 2 of those bottles, right? And that's just a refill of my bottle, and then that's not even counting any other ways that that I'm going to be drinking, right? And what did we just go there? 350 milliliters, give or take, is what a bottle is. A bottle of water. Not too sure the exact conversion for that one, but I can only assume that that I'm not using, I would say, at least 2 of those plastic bottles per one of my bottle. I would feel convenient or feel confident in saying about 2 of those bottles that I'm replacing, every time I use my bottle. So if I drink 2 of those bottles, that's 4 bottles that I'm not using, right? Also now, I don't know if it's everywhere, but most places that you go where they have these fountains connected, and it actually shows you the amount of bottles that you would have used had you not been using this, this water filter thing, right? So I think that's super convenient. Right there, that gives you, a sense of accomplishment when you see how much you're actually saving in terms of, plastic recyclables that are going, on the wayside. And, it's, like, I don't know, maybe I'm just weird like that, but for me, that gives me a super, sense of accomplishment when I see, 6,000 bottles saved, right? Or 10,000 bottles saved, right? And they got a whole bunch of zeros, so you can go up to a lot. And that's super cool, because, it's, all that ends up somewhere, right? And then more often than not, it ends up in the lake. Number 2, choose transportation. This one is simply, we drive everywhere, right? So I remember my dad used to say that if he could, he would drive his car up the stairs to the bedroom. So, I mean, it's really kind of that mindset that we have nowadays. We're all busy on the go people, right? We don't really have time to do too much, let alone, walk up the stairs to go to bed. Like, that sounds like a lot of effort right there. But that's where we choose different types of transportation, right? We walk to places that we would normally drive to, ways to get a little bit of exercise. Riding your bike to work is a huge way. Taking the bus is sort of a convenient way, maybe not so much nowadays, but a convenient way to, I don't know, what does a bus hold? 20, 30 people? I don't know, roughly, give or take, right? That's 20, 30 cars right there that aren't on the road, producing emissions, all that stuff, the gas that goes out. And that stuff's messing with the ozone layer, right? That's where, up in Canada, we get super big season changes, right? We've got, winter, we just had a snowstorm earlier, so we're almost at the end of April, and it's still winter outside. This is supposed to be spring season, right, where we're planting the gardens and stuff like that. But that's where we get our super hot summers mixed with our super cold winters, because of the ozone layer is not at a point that it used to be. It's also a reason that our seasons are super different now, where we can have like summertime temperatures on Christmas and, the end of April, and we're still getting snowstorms. So, transportation is huge, because factories really rule this earth right now, and it's simply because you can produce a whole bunch of amount of stuff at a little, or in a little confined space, right? That's where, and with those factories, right, they produce the gas and emissions, and you could just see the smoke towers just spewing it all over everywhere, right? And it goes into our ozone layer, and that's what that's where it deteriorates, and over time, right, it is not going to be good for us. So that's where, anywhere you can choose not to drive, right? Walk where you can walk, ride your bike where you can ride your bike. I'm not actually telling you to just give up driving altogether, because, there is certain things that you need to drive for, and there's certain times where, walking a bike walking or riding a bike or taking the bus isn't very convenient. But there is times throughout, you're just one person, right? I'm just one person. But collectively, as one person, we can do our part, and then, it only takes a few people, crazy enough to think they can change the world, to actually change the world. Number 3, unplug unused cords. This one is actually something that I've gotten into the habit of doing, and not really out of any sort of way other than our fuses keep blowing, and so it's become one of those things for me where I'm really sick and tired of changing fuses. So I've gotten into the habit of unplugging unused appliances, right? When I use the microwave, I plug it in. When I'm not using it, I unplug it. When I am charging my phone, I keep my charger plugged into the wall. When I'm not, I unplug it from the wall. When I am, making a coffee in the morning, I plug the coffee maker in, and then when I'm done, I unplug it. It's just a habit that I've gotten into. And, I don't know whether or not we see a difference on the electrical bill, because I don't actually jot down those types of numbers. But you know, it is collectively something that, you know, one person I'm doing, and I'm sure there's a whole bunch of people out there like me that, you know, collectively as individuals, we can make a big difference by not using the amount of hydroelectricity that, you know, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, right? At times where we don't need to use it, it doesn't need to be plugged in. So that's just, you know, that's just a habit that I've come up with. It really helps me, and like I said, I don't really do anything else without unplugging it. So, you know, certain things stay plugged in, obviously, but stuff that we can, when we can, we unplug it, right? Toothbrush charger, that's another one. When I need to charge my toothbrush, I plug it in. When I'm done charging it, I unplug it. It's, you know, it's really something that I've made a conscious effort to make the habit out of, and over time, it actually became ingrained into my daily routine, if you will. Number 4, so we are celebrating Earth Day. Yeah, all right. We have some tips today on how to help protect our environment and the place that we live, which is Mother Earth. Number 1, reusable bottles. Number 2, choose different transportation other than driving. Number 3, unplug unused cords. Number 4, conserve water. You know, this is huge because there's, you know, countries in Africa that are dying every day because they don't have access to clean drinking water. This is something that us up here in, you know, the western part of the world, especially North America, USA and Canada, we take clean water super for granted. I believe there's only like 1% of the Earth's water supply is usable. So that's huge in itself right there. There's 100% of the Earth's water, but only 1%. I mean, that's like this, not even this little bit right over here of usable water for the entire planet, right? It's not like, you know, we get 10% over here or you know, we get 1% and they get 1% and over there they've got, you know, 2 or 3% because over there they've got 0.5%. No. It's 1% for the entire planet to be able to use usable water. That's where there's countries all over the world that their, you know, main goal in life is to try and find a clean water supply. There's countries in Africa where they, you know, they walk 8 hours a day just for some clean water so they can, you know, have food and water and wash their clothes, right? And, you know, stuff that we take for granted just because this is stuff that we don't actually have to deal with on a daily basis. So for us, it's not at the forefront of our mind. But there is places in the world where, you know, fresh water, they're like, what is that? You know, they've got chunks of dirt and grime and sand and gunk in their water, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, it's good protein. You know, it's good for boost your immune system. So, you know, anything we can do to conserve water, right? Turning off the tap while you're brushing your teeth, shower instead of bathe, right? You know, only using, for example, like the dishwasher, right, when you need to. Not going overboard all the time with your water use, right? This is little things that we can do can make a difference over time. Like I said, you know, the world's water sources are becoming very sparse at, you know, an exponential rate that, you know, scientists have not really ever, you know, it's not that they've not ever seen it, they've never really been able to comprehend it. So it is that they have never seen it. So anything we can do to conserve some of the water that we have, you know, I'm talking like Lake Ontario. I don't even really like to go and swim in there just because it looks so disgusting. So that's just me. You know, I'm only speaking for me, but, you know, let's conserve some of that. I believe, like I said, I believe it's only 1%. So let's conserve as much as we can. Number 5, make the decision, right? We only have one planet Earth. I believe, you know, and since I've been alive, they've been trying to find life sources on other planets that, you know, we can live off of. They just put a rover on Mars that I think they found out that we might be able to live on. But, you know, Earth is really the only planet in the solar system that we have the ability to live on. And if we don't take care of it, we won't have, it's not going to be us, right? Because our generation is going to be gone long before any of this stuff comes to fruition. But there is going to be a point in time where this is no longer a livable place. And, you're not able to produce natural resources that are needed to be able to live. So that's why we need to make the decision to do our part. Like I said, one person, probably not going to do a lot. Two people, probably not going to do a lot. But if everybody thinks, what can I do? What's that famous saying, right? Don't ask what you can do or what your country can do for you, but ask what you can do for your country. Well, this is what you can do for the planet Earth. Don't ask what the planet Earth can do for you. Ask what you can do for planet Earth to make sure that, generations left behind that, way after we are in year, 4,000 or 5,000, wherever it is, that they still have, renewable resources on planet Earth. And, it's got to start somewhere, right? It has to start somewhere. We can't keep going the way that we're going. So do your part. Just do your part, right? That's all you can do. Just do what you can do. And then that's all we can ask for. My last tip, more than anything actually, is essential oils. I love using essential oils, and I actually have a few different ones here. A blend I have called Purify is a great blend of oils. It's good for, creating purity in the air, cleansing and purifying the air, right? I love using that one in the diffuser because it's got oils in it that have cleansing properties. So when you disperse that into the air, right? It's just cleaning up your air particles and allowing your body to function better. Another blend I have here is Citrus Bliss. And I added this one in because it's got citrus oils in it that are naturally cleansing and detoxifying. So if you're using oils like that when you're cleaning your surfaces, right? Not only is it becoming more cleaner, but it's actually helping your environment, your air quality, and also it's providing you aromatic benefits from inhaling essential oils. So you're kind of getting like a 3-in-1 boost in that sense. And my last blend that I have is Onguard. Onguard is the immune boosting blend from doTERRA. And it's got oils in it that have immune supporting properties. So it's great for boosting your immune system, especially when seasonal threats are at their worst. And you need a little bit more protection, right, on guard when your body needs to be protected. And I love that one because, there is environmental threats out there that can compromise our immune system. And if we're not taking the precautions that that we need to, it can very much lead to bed rest, and not in the way that you would like to be on bed rest. So I love using that one, and it's also great because it smells like Christmas. I believe it's got cinnamon in it, so it smells like Christmas, and that to me just makes me happy. That's all I got for you for today. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I had some fun making it. Feel free to share this with your friends, a family member, perhaps somebody from your team that you feel needs to hear this. If you'd like to learn more about essential oils or how to get your hands on some of this cool stuff that I'm talking about, or if you would like a free sample of oils, definitely drop me a comment, send me a message saying me, and we'll get you rocking and rolling. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week and an even better weekend that's coming up. And I look very forward to talking to you again. I love you guys. Bye for now.